So I think that's the big difference. What's this here? Polygon is pissed that Veilguard isn't getting nominated. What is this here? There was one big snub in the Game Awards nominations. Dragon Age the Veilguard, a game engineered to succeed at the Game Awards, did not. Yeah, I wonder why. And the Game Awards jury snubbed BioWare's latest game in a series of key categories where it would have been expected to compete. So let me just be honest here, okay? It didn't get snubbed. It deserved to be snubbed. It was bad. It secured just one nomination for innovation and accessibility, which is decided by a specialist jury. It is a surprise narrative-led blockbuster of a famous series with slick production values. The Veilguard, narrative-led blockbuster in a famous series with slick production values. Well, who decided that? I don't think that's the way a lot of people see it. And it's exactly the type of game that tends to do well at the Game Awards. Its predecessor, Dragon Age, won Game of the Year. Yeah, well, this one didn't. Granted, the reception of Veilguard has been mixed, and with its Metacritic settling at 82, it didn't settle at 82. It settled at 3.8. What are we talking about? Why are they saying 82? This is the user score is 3.8. That's really bad. Like, I mean, a 3.8 is terrible. Yes, I think they're dyslexic. Yeah, maybe they read the wrong number. Yeah, I'm sorry to say they flipped the numbers. They only care about critics. Nobody cares about critic opinions. It is insane. Like, every single time, it's very funny for me. Whenever, like, one of these journalism websites cites critic reviews as, like, the authority, it's like you're getting high on your own supply. Nobody cares what critic reviews say. People are going to buy a game if critic reviews are low and the game is good, and they'll not buy a game if critic reviews are high and the game is bad, like with Dragon Age Veilguard. Like, let's see how well that game is doing right now. Let's take a look and see. 20,000 players. Wow, it's gone down a lot. I wonder why. User scores are trash? No, they're not. User scores are an accurate representation of the people that would be the prospective audience for the game. Yeah, absolutely. Because those are the people that are actually... Like, here's the reason why. A user score, there is no reason why a user score... There's no incentive for a user score to be biased. Like, a user doesn't get anything good or anything bad out of providing a review score that gives any number, right? Versus whenever you're a critic, if you give a negative review score to a game or you categorize things in a way that people disagree with, then that could affect you professionally. So that's the reason why you should take user review scores better. Again, give a man a mask, he'll show you his real face. These review scores are people that are trying to exist in a professional industry. So you should never listen to what they're saying. You know damn well that the game was review bombed. So, and this is one of the things that really doesn't make sense to me. If you think that a game was review bombed, who is it being review bombed by? It's being review bombed by people that are interested maybe in the game, people that want to play the game. And also, has it ever occurred to you that critics do the opposite of review bombing? It's basically review glazing, like they did with Starfield, or they did with Veilguard. So why are we only looking at this from one perspective? And also, here's the difference, is that a person who's providing a negative review, as I said before, if you are a user on a website, there is nothing for you to gain and nothing for you to lose by providing a negative or positive review, which means that there is no outside incentive or controlling variable that's going to cause you to provide a review that's different than what you believe. But if you're a game reviewer or a games journalist, you do have that, because now you have to exist in this industry, and inside of this industry, people have expectations of you. So that's really the difference. It's a herd mentality, exactly. 22,000 concurrent players is a failure. For spending 10 years on it and over $100 million, yeah, I'd say it is. I would. There's a bunch of 10s in user scores too. Yeah, I think so too. There is no review bombing. Yeah, exactly. Metacritic user scores dog shit. Steam user reviews is what matters because those people actually played the game. I disagree with that. I think that you should look at both of them, but people who choose not to play the game, of course their opinion should be taken into consideration because they were a theoretical player who chose not to play the game. And I think that their opinion does matter as well. I think that people try really hard to invalidate certain reviews because the reviews don't reflect what they think about the game. But the fact is that if I choose not to go somewhere, I still made a decision not to do that. And usually that decision is based off of stimuli that I've seen that are related to that game or that store or anything like that. So absolutely it matters. And in the same way that people have outside goals whenever they're reviewing a game, that doesn't magically go away whenever they start playing it. And what about bad faith actors? I think bad faith actors exist in anything, but I think that the people that are doing the reviews, excuse me, the people that are doing the reviews are at a ratio of, are bad faith actors at a much higher ratio. That's basically what I think. I think they are way, way worse because those bad faith actors have a accountability to them. They are obligated to be bad faith actors, whereas the reviewers don't. Anyone can be biased? Yeah, exactly. So you think it's valid when an Xbox fan makes an account and gives every Sony game a 1 on Metacritic? I do think it's valid because that person is giving their opinion, and that person's opinion on Xbox or Sony is based off of what they perceive the market to be. And also, here's the truth. For every Sony fan that's going to do that, you're also going to have another fan that's not going to do that. Or it's going to do the opposite. So you're going to get fanboy reviews and fanboy opinions for every game. Like, you're going to have people, like, hate it irrationally, and you're going to have people like it irrationally. So I think that they cancel each other out. And if they're not canceling each other out, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe the reason why some game is getting way more hate than it is getting, you know, like love, is because it's a game that's easier to hate than love. I mean, again, like, you just look at it logically, right? The bad press that glazed it so hard. Yeah, exactly. Wukong got a ton of hate. Users prevailed with positive reviews. Absolutely. And mathematically don't cancel each other out, though? Well, what I'm saying is that if they mathematically don't cancel each other out, then you should be asking yourself, why is that? Why are they not canceling each other out? Why are you getting a ratio of negative reviews that's way higher than positive reviews? I'll tell you why. It's because the game sucks. That's the reason. People don't like the game. And also, if you don't like the game because the game has, like, non-binary characters, you as an individual have every right to have every opinion about a game that you want. Because nobody gets to tell you what you are allowed and not allowed to like. So if you think that's something that you don't like, then it's not. It's literally that simple. You can't use logic on them. Yeah, and this is the thing. So anyway, more tellingly though, Veilguard did not score for nominations of Best Narrative or Best Performance, two areas where BioWare tends to excel. And were there any other snubs? Perhaps a few minor ones? Yeah, sure. Other surprises? In the end, no, it's not much to set of nominees to ruffle any feathers, outside of BioWare's offices, that is. So anyway, So here we go again. Black Myth Wukong breaking through Game of the Year despite its comparatively weak critical reputation is definitely noteworthy. And so this is what I think a lot of people, this is the reason why people hate games journalism, and this is the reason why people hate journalism in general, I think in a big way. It's that games journalists write things that are not true, and then they reference back to the things that they wrote that weren't true as a reference point of, like, why what they're saying now is true. So, like, basically one person says a lie, somebody else repeats the lie, and then after the lie gets repeated enough, it's established as a fact. So that's what happens. Rent-free to hate. Yeah, exactly. It's more than a game, and this just snowballs. Yep, there it is. It's a pyramid of lies. Let me go back over here, I'll read it. Engineered to succeed. They use a picture of Abomination of Canary looking at the audience with disapproval. Well, I'd say it did succeed. It succeeded in being last. Good riddance to bad rubbish. True. The article is a great example of intellectual dishonesty when they describe it as a blockbuster game. Well, it probably broke up the budget. That's definitely that. If I worked at Veilguard, I'd be ashamed to put this on my CV. Yeah, I bet so. Funniest part of this article is Polygon is part of the voting jury for the Game Awards. Also, this pathetic snide comment of the author that nomination for Game of the Year was not possible with Dragon Age, despite critics scoring at 1 point higher than Wukong was nominated, was hilarious. Yeah, exactly. They're referencing their own opinions. But you're not looking at what actual customers are thinking. Actual people are thinking. You're incorrect about Wukong. Just look at the user score and tell me that's a Game of the Year score. Okay. It's 8.3. That's pretty good. I'd say that's a very good game. 8.3 is good. Absolutely. Like, does everything have to be a 9? I don't think so. I feel like there's always been games that have had 8s that have been put in Game of the Year. Yeah, what are we talking about? Yeah, check Stellar Blade. I mean, I'm sure there's other games too. But, I'm more impressed. And also, by the way, look at this here, right? I don't advise anyone to buy this. LGBT characters are not represented. See, like, you're gonna get negative reviews. And this review, by the way, even though I think this review is stupid, this person has every right to have this opinion. And if they chose not to buy the game because they feel like LGBT wasn't represented, then they have every right to have that opinion. It's a bad actor. Here's the thing, is that a person who, how do you decide and how do you define what a bad actor is? You really can't. You can't. You don't know what a bad, like, what are you talking about? Glad you're consistent? Yeah, I am. Everybody's entitled to having their own opinion about a game. And, for whatever reason. Yeah, who's a bad actor? People whose opinions I don't like. Yeah, there you go. If they didn't play the game, it's a fraudulent review. I disagree. I think if you chose not to play the game because of the marketing or because of what you heard about it, that's absolutely a review and that's worth looking at. Yeah, 100%. Because you're giving your feedback for what you think the game is. Absolutely. And I think the moment that you start, like, asking people, like, okay, you like, start gatekeeping who's allowed to give reviews and who's not, I think that you enter into, like a Russian nesting doll of problems. There will just be more and more and more of them. Anyway, so yeah, Polygon is mad about this, and they wrote another article criticizing Black Myth Wukong as well. Let's be honest, this website's full of retards, and all of the articles that they write are worthless and stupid. That's basically it. I don't know why. I'm actually shocked that Polygon is still around. And I think that, you know, sooner than later, it probably won't be. And they're going to go the exact same way as Kotaku. Because nobody's going to read these articles and take them seriously. Oh god. What is this? Black Myth? Oh no, not another. Yes, here's the other one. Another Polygon article. Black Myth Wukong is one of the lowest rated Game of the Year nominees in Game Awards history. The Monkey King made a big impression despite worse than average scores. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Wow. Jesus, what is wrong with these people? Where are they coming from? I mean, they are gaming journalists. What do you expect? Yes! Dragon Age Veilguard isn't nominated because the awards want some level of trust. Yeah, you see the same gaming journalists that gave Concord high scores only. It's unbelievable that they're writing this shit. It's like they're speedrunning their own credibility. I don't know how you divide by 0, but somehow they've managed to do it. They're losing the, you know, basically infinitesimally small amount of credibility that they had, and they're somehow losing even that. They didn't have journalist difficulty? Yeah, they did. It was called Pillar Stance. Doesn't have higher rating if the critics than critics in Dragon Age. I don't know. It's like literally about right about the same. These outlets should be investigated. I don't think that they should be investigated for what, right? I mean, for collusion. Everybody knows that's what's happening. Yeah, of course it is.